Is it true that you and Kobe got into like a little beef over $100? Is that true?
It that's what they said it was. That's what it really was.
They,
It
they
wasn't that.
it wasn't no
No, it was.
altercation.
I'll go tell the story. Kobe started having some issues in his personal life and things of that nature. Mind you, in comes B. Shaw. Shout out to Brian Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Shaw was when I got to the Lakers, Brian Shaw was the heart and soul, everything. He was the old vet, been around the longest. Him and Fox, right? Both had played in Boston and things of that nature. Vets played with Shaq in Orlando. He was the one who gave me the game about what was going on in the team, the politics, everything. What was going on with here, this dude, just to get me up to speed. And we got to Philly, mind you, I was also talking to Kobe, but B. Shaw was the one who told me some of the things that was going on in Kobe's life at that time. Him and his parents wasn't seeing eye to eye for
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason. I guess he had married old girl, what have not, and mom and dad wasn't really feeling it. And I ain't going all into his personal life with that, but that was the gist of it. And he told me, he said, "Well, just wait." He said, "You're gonna see some shit." He said, "You're gonna see some shit when you tonight when at this retirement, this jersey retirement." So we get to the high school. They got chairs laid out and everything there. And mind you, Kobe's mom, and they get there early. They sit at one end. It's about 3 rows of chairs. They got a small group of people, about 3 rows of chairs. His people sit at one end. Then Kobe and them walk in later, with his wife. They sit at one end. And then I'm sitting next to B. Shaw, and I see, his mom lean back, look down at the end and just shake her head. And mind you, again, I don't know what's going on. I've been told that I'm getting ready to start sensing all this stuff. And sure enough, I see that and look, that's when B. Shaw tapped me. It's like, I'm like, whoa, you know. So I'm leading into this. I bring this up because I'm going into the story you asked me. So there was tension already that Cole was dealing with, man.
Right.
And you got to imagine what it's like to be him, right? To be great, be a hard worker, to put in the work that he's putting in, and then have obviously had a strong connection with his dad. I can't imagine that, bro. Like his
Mm-hmm.
connection with his dad is like my connection with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And to have that no longer, I don't care what nobody say, you missing a piece of you, and his mom. And so Kobe started holding on to a little tension. And then I think that Kobe thought that him and I, were cooler than what we were.
Mm.
Again, he had kind of befriended me a little bit, but me understanding how he was too, I kept it at a distance.
Right.
Like
Kept
I
it
didn't get
professional.
cool with players. I kept it professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So him talking to me sometimes side to side again, I guess was his way of, hey, I'm cool with you. I rock with you. And so it was kind of be where I don't know what he was looking for out of it, but that's the way it was. And so when it came to the $100, the situation happened. We were on the road. I think it was going to Cleveland. We on the road somewhere, but we always shoot for $100. This wasn't the first time this happened. We shoot for $100. At the end, we put $100 in the pot. Usually put $100 in the pot. At the end, whoever gets it, wins it. One particular day, I remember we had it, but a couple of people didn't have cash on them. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember him winning it that day, and he said, I told him I was going to make sure I get him back, get the cash to him. You got 48 hours to pay. That's the rule.
Right.
Or it doubles. But when you think about it, we NBA ball players, right? Everybody's going to pay $100.
Yeah. That's
No, we
nothing.
never had no problem with nobody not paying $100. $100.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
what
man.
that I was shocked to see
So,
the amount. I thought it was gonna be a bigger amount than that.
man, come on. That made the story juicy and what have not.
Okay.
What happened was the next day, we're heading to shoot around, actually. We're heading to shoot around. Kobe gets on the bus. I remember I had my headphones on. He stopped and asked me, yo, you got the 100? And I said, nah. I said, you know what? It's in my room. I told him when we get back, I give it to you. I'll make sure I get it to you. I'll get it to you then. And so I put my headphones back on.
Uh-huh.
And that's when boom, he hit me right there
Yo.
out of the blue sky.
Nah. Nah,
Swear to God.
Kobe was standing on business like that?
Kobe was standing on business. And so,
Oh, man.
mind you, now I got to kill him. Now this
Yeah.
is where it gets, and now I got to kill him.
Because you ain't no
Because
small
I
guy.
think, well, shit, I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, man, I'm a cool cat, right? And I live my life with principle. Some dudes that's insecure, they walk around with this bravado all the time, right? As a sense to others not to mess with me. See, I was raised by a strong male. So when you're around me, I don't come across in no facade or I'm very secure in myself until you cross those boundaries. Real men who live with principle will make decisions based on the scenario that happens.
Right. 100%.
And so I can be cool, be within myself, be sweet, be lovable until those boundaries are crossed. And then I got to make a decision as a man.
Right.
And so at that time, that's what happened. And I was going to kill him. And I think Kobe made a calculated decision because I was the new guy and he was really mad at the team. We were losing at that time. We were losing. Like Shaq had got hurt. His big toe had got hurt. He had missed multiple games. Mind you, this is the second year. This is after we won, our NBA championship. This is that second year. We had hit some adversity. And the truth is, team was tired. You had B. Shaw, Robert Ory was vets. And he couldn't go at those guys, right?
Right.
I was the new guy. He really wanted to send a message to him. That's what Kobe used to do. He would do things, want to send a message to everybody. But with me being the new guy, he wanted to send a message that he's mad at Shaq. Shaq was in and out. And truthfully is, it was going into the fourth championship, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
Could nobody match his grind? And that's what he was frustrated about, right? So that the dollar thing was just him using that as an opportunity to let out his frustration, but he fucked up because he didn't realize my response. And that's when I just said he was trapped in the back. We were in the back of the bus. And at that time, so I got up. First of all, I threw my iPad, hit it with my iPod. That's when iPods were still popping. So I had the iPod, hit it with my iPod, and then I got up. And that's when Foxy and everybody else they jumped up and grabbed me. So he back in the bus. He ain't going nowhere. He realized he messed up because I can see it in his eyes now. Phil Jackson see all the confusion. And he's like, yo, what's going on? Now I'm mad. I'm yelling. I'm telling him, stop the motherfucking bus. What you mean stop the bus? I told him, dude, he sucker punched me. Stop the bus. What Phil do? We get right there. They stop the bus. We get to the top of the ramp. Usually we go down the ramp. We stop the bus. I moved him out the way. Told him, yo, get off the bus. Of course, they ain't let him get off the bus. They hold me. They pull me into a room. They lock me up in the little room while they go out. So mind you, they don't even let me in shoot around.
Word.
Because I'm about business now. And I said, okay, cool. All right, but get him. He got to get back on the bus. Right after shoot around, he gone. And he got his security people with him. They took a taxi and they already bounced. So now I'm pissed off and I got to make a decision because now I got to send a message.